Did I see your hand go up?
Another pastor of a church knew about the project and gave me $50, and I put 50 of my own, so I ended up having 200. And like I said, I was challenged with what to do. I wanted to do anything from A to Z. And last week I was talking with a guy at work, and we were talking about, we started talking about church, and he said that he doesn't do church because church is more of like a social club. And then that was actually on Wednesday afternoon, and we came in here and we got the $100. And sometime between now and then, God put him on my heart, and he loves tools. I work in construction, and I just said I'm going to give him a gift card for $50 to Lowe's. And so it was actually this morning. I was late to where I was supposed to be for work, and I went into the shop, and he was there, and I went up to him, and I said, I don't know if you remember, but last week we were talking about church being a social club, and I said, and that's all I came here to talk to you about this morning, you know. And it was only he and I in the back of the shop, and I said, it's funny because last week my church just selected 13 people out of 2,000 to do this thing, and I was given a $100 bill, and somewhere in between I got some more, and I felt like I should get you something with the $100 to show you that church isn't a social club, but it really does care about people. And so I bought you this, and I handed him, and I said it's a $50 gift card to Lowe's, and he started to like tear up, and he was just like amazed, and like he was just so blessed by it, you know, and he doesn't even really know what that is, I don't think. And I just pray that it opens the door, you know, for later to talk. And I took another guy out to dinner and bought him a gas card, and another guy I worked with who has a really stressful life, bought him some food and stuff just to make his life easier. And then I also gave somebody else a gas card and said, you're going to find out Sunday what to do with this, but don't use it for yourself yet. So then that will continue the project in the
Pass
future.
it on. Yeah, come pass it on. Who is Stretch? I see Caitlin looks a little nervous back there, and I'm not going to pick on her too much, but did it stretch you, Caitlin? Was it hard to step out and do this?
At first it was because I didn't know exactly, and
Right.
It was Monday where me and another friend of mine, we actually hijacked one of our good friends back from elementary that we hadn't really seen in like a year, and she just seemed different, and it was kind of awkward, and we just was like talking to her and everything, and her brother died in September this year, and her mom just kind of cracked a little bit about that, and she just really hasn't been there, and she just just hasn't had the greatest relationships with people, and she just kind of seemed really beat up about life and everything.
Wow.
And it was just kind of like I just wanted to like just wrap my arms around her and be like, it's just like, even though you feel so alone, I bet I couldn't imagine losing my brother in this past year. Just
Sure.
ugh. And so it was Tuesday, and I was just trying to think of ways I could get it to her anonymously and not have her mom take it from her or anything. And I just
It's real.
and I wanted her to have it and use it. And my mom was like, well, maybe you could just go give it to her, and that like maybe as nervous as I'll get out. It was just kind of like,
Yeah.
I'd rather really not do that. And it was just kind of like something I really wanted to do anonymously, because I just didn't, and I don't know, just something I felt like I just didn't want her to know it was me. And it was actually this morning that Pastor Brian and Kevin Deaton actually helped me by pulling some strings and getting to this coach that works at her school. And actually this morning I gave it to him to give it to her.
Awesome.
And I had, my brother actually, signed something so she wouldn't know it was my handwriting. And I gave her two $50 gift cards.
Wonderful.
So I don't know
That's
exactly, what's happened, she's gotten it yet or anything, but I'm really
Yeah.
looking forward to
We know that love never fails,
Yeah.
so it can't be anything but good. What else? Who else? Tell us about what happened. Anybody who wants to. Andrew.
Yeah, we had some opposition with ours. Like Amethyst and I, we basically were praying about it and thinking about it, and we went to Orlando on Orange Blossom Trail, and we thought about what if instead of what people mean for bad, we mean for good, and in the same amount of time it would be for people to do bad things. Grab a lady off the street and take her out to eat or something.
Mugger.
Yeah, no, mugger, yeah.
Mugger with compassion.
Yeah, exactly. No, and like, we'd make it past down the street, and then by the time we came back, they'd be gone, which was really, it was really almost disheartening, you know, because in that amount of time where we really missed out on an opportunity there to minister to people, like in the amount of time that would take for Bad, it would, you know, we would take her out to eat and just kind of, you know, minister to her, and it was really a shame because it just didn't work out how we wanted it to. So we ended up, you know, going out to eat and just leaving a pretty generous tip, and then we still have some of it left over, and we plan on going tomorrow to Orlando and trying
to get that done.
Yeah,
Good,
trying to
man.
get it done.
Do it.
So
Let us
so
know.
it's it was just really disheartening though, because we really knew that that's what God wanted us to do, and it just opposition. You know, like every person we would see, we wouldn't see him a second time, and if we did, it was on the opposite side of the street or something.
I had that happen one time with a guy, and I prayed, and I said, Lord, please give me another opportunity. And I didn't see him for 2 years. And 2 years later, I saw this guy, and God gave me a chance. How about you? Did I see your hand go up?
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Well, we did it at the last minute yesterday. I heard what happened in Haiti, and I forgot what you did.
We'll just tell yours first.
Okay. I heard what happened in Haiti, and I thought getting a water purifier for them. So, just before we came to church, my mom said to fill out the offering slip, and by other we put Haiti,
Cool.
and I put $50 in.
For Air Mobile Ministries in Haiti?
Mhm.
Awesome. That's a great thing to do. You and Dorothy should hang out together. Well, you're on opposite ends of the spectrum age-wise, but how about you?
I do bowling every Wednesday over at Shore Lane.
You went bowling with the money?
And there's this like kind of instructor person, and he helps all the kids that are there, all the homeschooling kids that are there that can't really bowl very well, and I'm not one of those people. He has a few houses, and one of his renters got in a car crash, and he's been paying. He had to go to the hospital, and he's been paying for everything that's been happening to him and everything. So he has not a lot of money for gas and stuff to get there. So I gave him $50 for gas and all the other things that he
Awesome.
could use it for.
Great job. How about you, Jay?
Well, it was kind of a mixed thing for me, because I think God has been working with me anyway about doing some things, doing some stuff. I don't know if you remember way back in the day, around 88, sometime around there. I thought God gave me a little vision about helping people.
Yep.
But it wasn't my thing. I mean, not helping people, not my thing. But what I'm saying is that how to do it, because what he told me was big, was a lot bigger than me. So at this particular time, since I was like, wow, I'm thinking, all right, now it's been a kind of a not a long time, but it's kind of been a while since I've really kind of been on the forefront of not giving or anything like that, but as far as just reaching really out to and listening for what God really want to do in the community.
Awesome.
So my thoughts were, okay, is this seed money? Do I plant this seed, try to multiply this seed, you know, to make this thing happen that God's been telling me in my life? But what I realized quickly was, it was like someone else said here, it was God and what he wanted to do with the money.